Most bi people would say, I'm attracted to 2 or more genders, or they might also say, I'm attracted to my gender and other genders.
Oh, Fran, sorry, I think you accidentally said bi people instead of pan people.
That is how bi people would define their sexuality now.
As being attracted to more than 2 genders.
They would, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gender and identity is not so black and white. Even we get things mixed up. So let's answer some of those questions about pan and bi identity from behind the scenes.
It's very confusing, to be honest. It's really muddy because the way people would traditionally think about bisexuality is like, I'm attracted to boys and girls.
Right.
But that's not how contemporary bi communities, as I'm sure the GLAAD person told you, want to talk about it.
She was using the term bi plus.
Bi plus? Oh, I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's super interesting too.
So the bi plus community is really a term that we as a community have kind of come up with to allow for all of us who identify as bisexual, pansexual, queer, fluid, anything that's not monosexual, to really be able to come together and talk about all of our different shared experiences that are unique to our community versus things that gay or lesbian people might be experiencing.
Pansexuality is a term that's really hard to define, but I think that there are some key characteristics that can help to clarify this really crucial term in the queer community. So pansexual, as opposed to other forms of monosexuality or bisexuality, really is thinking about gender in its most expansive forms. So it's basically saying that people can have sexual attractions or sexual and romantic attractions to people regardless of gender identity.
I think that most people would describe pansexuality as someone who is either agnostic of the gender they're attracted to or they are attracted to all genders. And according to some people, you could actually have these different terms be interchangeable depending on where they're used. Bisexuality and pansexuality are not always diametric opposites. And I find that most people that I know that are bi might also identify as pan. And I have friends that identify as pan that might also identify as bi. That might not be true for everyone, but there is clear overlap. When it comes to the bi community, the way that the term started out really rooted in the binary. You know what I mean? This is before we had a gender renaissance that has kind of made non-binary people a lot more prevalent in how we have these conversations. And so the term bisexuality was not as gender inclusive when we first started using it, but now in contemporary conversations, people that identify as bisexual more often than not see that as not necessarily a binary way of their mode of sexuality, which is why there's so much overlap between biness and panness, I guess.
Labels and definitions are very personal, but there are people who even feel comfortable using both labels or switching between them. But it's really more your personal label, what you feel applies to you. And for anybody who is wanting to be an ally, just use the label that that person tells you. They know themselves better than you could know them. And that is really what we're talking about when we're talking about us as an overall community.